What do you think at this time is the priority for most members in Unite?
If I was going to pick one thing, I think it absolutely first, second and third has to be the fight for jobs. And whilst there are other things, and I'll come on to those in a second, it is really clear that politicians have failed workers. They have absolutely failed workers, actually over a long period of time, but in COVID, probably more than any other time. And what you feel happening, and I deal with hostile employers, it's part of the negotiations that I do, and what you absolutely feel happening at the moment is that we are seeing more and more that workers are actually paying for this crisis. And what I've seen coming across my desk, of course, there's been attacks on stewards. Normally I would represent and defend that, maybe 5 or 6 times in a month in terms of stewards dismissals. I'm seeing that daily now, and we're having to push back because we have to make sure that we can defend our stewards, otherwise we are nothing. So the attacks on stewards have increased. Employers are absolutely more emboldened, and they are doing things, quite frankly, they would never have done outside COVID, because what they believe is if they put it under the banner of COVID, everybody will say, oh my God, that's okay. And you only have to look at things like British Airways to see where an employer who I would normally never get that employer across my desk in terms of hostile behaviour to this degree, where they effectively fired and rehired 36,000 people, or attempted to. Obviously, there was a pushback made in relation to that. And they would never have done that, ever, had COVID not been there, because they would never have got away with it. They thought because we couldn't take strike action, they thought because people are on furlough, that they could do this sort of thing. So absolutely, for me, the fight for jobs is the most critical thing I think we're going to face. But also, we need to ensure that we can defend our reps and stewards, who, as I said, are getting attacked in relation to some of the things they're pushing back on. But critically, the other piece I think is important is obviously the push down of terms and conditions of employment. We are seeing employers who do not need to do some of the things that they're doing, i.e. they are trying to push down and suppress wages when actually they have made profit in 2020. And there are employers that have made profit in 2020. So I think it's really important that we are looking at jobs, that we are making sure that we fight for every single job, that we are defending our reps, and that we are absolutely keeping an eye in terms of terms and conditions of employment, and making sure that we do not allow employers to suppress those unnecessarily.